of a idiot white person refers to themselves as woke? You know, if you actually were socially conscious, you'd realize that white people stole that word from black people. And all of a sudden there was all these stupid-ass woke white people, right? Oh my God, did you see what John Wayne said in Playboy in 1971? Bonk. There's a bunch of fucking white people all up in arms about a dead white guy.
Most people see a woke Karen and walk the other way to save their sanity. Not Bill Burr. He sees a Karen and chooses violence. Here are 12 times he destroyed the entire woke brand using their own stupidity. I'll start with the ultimate infestation. Those pick-me Karens who come to comedy shows with main character energy. Oh, Bill picked her all right. Picked her apart.
I'm done. Okay. Sorry, just got up $9,000 to fly here. You know what I mean? No offense, but there's no Eiffel Tower here. I think that's a little pricey.
Thank you for not just laughing. Thank you for verbally letting me know that you appreciated that. Thank you. She either has no stairs in her house or someone doesn't know how to walk up them. That's that voice. Did you call? Did you call the plumber? Thank you. That's when she said it. She said it not like I was 10 feet away. She said it like I was downstairs in the rec room. Changing a fuse or something. That's not it. No, it's still not working. Hey, it's on, it's on. Okay. Thank you. I thought she said it. Well, that's how I heard it. I'm kind of defensive. I don't know. Whatever.
Now I want you to see this next angry feminist reporter. She thought she was one question away from a Pulitzer for canceling Bill Burr. She was itching to create her victory, trying to frame the narrative against the comedian.
Can women be funny?
Yeah, of course.
Some people have a hard time saying yes, though. There's a lot of angry young men on the internet that are like, women can't be fun.
But guys,
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
she just signed the ticket for her own destruction. And oh boy, did Bill annihilate her.
Just fucking grow up and just sit down and write your own horse shit and come up with it. Start your own fucking show. Have your own award show. Quit waiting around for other people to do shit for you. That's the fucking problem. If you guys had your own big club and I was standing outside of it, you'd never fucking let me in. I'd start my own shit. You guys got to start your own shit. You got brains in there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So write your own shit and quit your fucking whining. We're all eating a giant shit sandwich out here. Nobody cares. I don't care.
Absolutely, but I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a white
Grow
person.
The up. It makes no difference whether you got a dick or a twat. All right? Just do what the fuck you want to do, and hopefully people respond to it. But fucking horseshit of quotas and all of this crap become undeniable. Well, when was the last time you went on stage and you killed so hard the person after you bombed? If you're fucking doing that on a regular basis, people are gonna notice regardless of what you have between your legs. All right? Thank you, and God bless.
I wish I could say she was the only one with the honor of receiving a brutal Burr smackdown. But luckily for us, Bill gets his fair share of reporters being a Karen and fishing for a problematic headline. That's what happened when they tried to corner him on a red carpet. Too bad Bill treats their bait exactly like it is. Absolute garbage.
Tell us about your reaction to Luigi Mangione. I was reading up, that perhaps you've been supportive of what he did. What is your take on that?
If you were reading up, I don't think you read up on it. Because I said what I felt about it, and I said what a lot of people said.
Some people took it that way. So could you clarify what you think?
No, I'm not going to just have some controversial moments so you can get clicks. I'm not doing that. I'm here for Conan. I'm not doing all of this. What are you going to bring up next? The Middle East? I went to summer school 3 out of 4 years in high school. I'm not qualified to talk about this.
I was just going to read it down.
What do you think about global warming?
You said about Elon that he was ruining Earth, I saw on The View. You're critical of him. What do you think of all the boycotts, like even the violence
I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I have no idea what's going on. I watch Instagram. I watch people wipe out on motorcycles. I watch lions and hyenas fight each other. This is the things that I do. And I don't think you should be asking a comedian. You're a journalist.
Comedians are on top of current events.
No. That's weak. That's you guys passing the buck. You guys need to have balls again, which you don't. You guys always goes, should we be thinking this? Duh. You guys present stuff like that. You guys used to have balls. You need to get your balls back. And it's not my job. I am a dancing clown.
Basically, if you haven't figured it out by now, Bill has beef with BS. And you know those Karens who think just because they get therapy, they're not qualified to pass professional psychological advice? Yep, one of them was Christina Pazsitzky on Your Mom's House podcast. And hearing Bill set her straight is just gonna scratch, and Bill shocked everyone by point blank calling out Oprah's hypocrisy of clutching her pearls over the Lance Armstrong controversy, especially when she herself has done some pretty cancelable things to create her empire.
Annoying, and I hated how Oprah was interviewing him and acting like she was dumbfounded that this guy would do this. Like, she's been in show business for 35 years and she can't like wrap her head around some guy doing whatever it takes to get to the next level. Didn't she, for the first 5 years, have like midgets who wanted to bang their mailman's boyfriend? And she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it, but she didn't have the power to say no, so she wrote it out. And then when she could make a good decision, she did a show. But she stood on the heads of those little people for 5 years until she got, and then she's sitting there across from this guy like, so how could you know exactly what he's doing. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Look, the guy was a sociopath on a bicycle, all right? As far as I'm concerned, we got off easy.
Yeah.
If that guy was working for a corporation, he probably would have been pouring stuff in the water supply, doing God knows what. Just keep him on the bike. Just let him go up and down the hill. He's not hurting anybody.
And don't get him started on the actual roots of the word woke, because Bill will set all records straight for the right and the left wing. If you're ready for a classic Bill Burr re-education that leaves everyone both offended and enlightened, check out this rant on the Seth Meyers show.
White liberals are the ones that gave the definition of woke to whites on the right. So they don't, no white people really understand, it seems, what that word really meant when they took it from black people. So people on the right just think it means an insufferable, self-involved liberal douche. And they're not wrong if they're talking about a white person. Right. Running around crying about their pronouns is like the sun is like lighting the planet on fire. See, look how scared you are about pronouns. It's unbelievable.
They like when you talk
Meanwhile,
about
the rest of the world doesn't want to take our food because they see what we look like. They don't want our beautiful chicken. They don't want our beautiful beef. Yeah, why is that? Why would you think?
It is just always the best.
Go to Europe and if you can, and eat a tomato and see what it really is supposed to taste like. This is a tomato?
The worst part is, despite these constant corrections, some Karens never learn. Can you believe some of them equate being called a Karen to actual derogatory terms? They really want to be victims that badly. Obviously, that kind of delusion is never going to sit right with Bill.
Of white women are with that word Karen, and they're such idiots. They're literally trying to equate it to the N-word, saying that it's a racial slur. I retweeted one of them, and it's just it is amazing. It is really amazing. And I don't know if I've ever really seen, maybe I'm just flaking here, as far as like a character on TV that really tapped into, in a real way, like somebody's inability to take responsibility for their action.
You think the word would get out? Do not talk while Bill Burr has a microphone. But some people just have to learn the hard way. This next heckler thought her opinion was the missing piece of the show.
Wow, 22 of you booing me. Let me ask you guys a question. When you were kids, did you lay in bed and dream at night, someday I'm gonna work in advertising. Someday I'm gonna have my own stapler. I don't give a fuck.
Now we're arriving at the truly righteous territory, the place where Bill starts twitching, seeing people parading around with self-help shirts.
I didn't know where to begin with this. If I see one more fucking fat, miserable loser was wearing a t-shirt that has some sort of self-help advice to me, like they've reached the mecca of peace and happiness. It's just like, is that fucking t-shirt for you or is it for me?
That was just the beginning. He soon moved on to the final boss. Woke vegans, specifically the ones who have no clue why they're doing it other than to feel superior at brunch. Get ready for Bill peeling back the layers of their fake morality.
I
I saw this thing the other day. It's like, you don't even know who the fuck to believe. Like, one of the things, when you look at vegetarians and you look at vegan people, there's an astounding level of fleshy fat people that don't eat meat. You know what I mean? And they'll eat French fries because it's made from potatoes and they're a vegetarian, but it's fried. And they'll say, potatoes aren't good for you anyways, as far as I know. I shouldn't even say that. Now, I don't want to be all Oprah here and get people to stop eating potatoes, and then the whole potato farming industry sues me here at the Monday Morning Podcast. But there's just a lot, they eat like just all carbohydrates and shit. And they just stay away from meat. I think a lot of people love animals, but they hate reading, is what I've sort of learned from looking at vegetarians and vegan people. So they don't eat meat, but then they don't really know what the fuck it is they're doing.
With a man like Bill, who takes offense to every pretentious thing in the world, it was a given he would have an issue with religious entities. But it's not even that. Bill's outrage comes out when people try to impose their religious beliefs on him.
Why don't you go to church? You don't believe in God and heaven and hell and all that stuff? Why don't you go? And it's not because I don't believe in a higher power. I definitely do. My thing is, when I go to church, I can't get past the fact that I'm just listening to some fucking guy. You ever think of that shit when you go in there? That's just some dude. And people are like, no, that's a special guy. No, it isn't. It isn't. Nah, he didn't like levitate down from the ceiling like, this white light around him. Why would you listen to another human being tell you where you're gonna go when you die? It's just like, dude, have you ever been dead? No. Great. So wouldn't it be safe to assume that you wouldn't have the slightest fucking idea what you're talking about? Yeah, you're making it up. You're making the shit up. You're not fooling me with the robes and the candles. Speaking in old English, he said it under you. Shut the f*** up. You don't talk like that. You're just some guy. Your name's Jerry. You played soccer. You got your ass kicked in gym class. And now you're doing this.
Of course, his anti-church rant rubs people the wrong way. One of them was the host at Good Day New York, who tried to put Bill on the stand.
And I remember he used to, if he was in church, he had the loudest snap. And if you guys were talking too loud, he just bam like that, and everybody just shut up, and then you knew you were going to get it later.
You mean get it? It's fun. You get on stage, you talk about topics that are kind of taboo, but you make them really, really funny.
So your Christian background is part of the show. Or
yes, and I wanted to talk to you about Jesus after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did?
I'm telling you, you need to Google.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you feel you were being disrespectful, or just you were just having fun with some of the crucifixes? And
you know what? If the host hadn't brought it up, their happy and sunny morning show would have been perfectly G-rated. But the Karen in her couldn't resist the urge to lecture him. And we know Bill. He thrives in these situations.
We did maybe 2 jokes about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far? More so than my cartoon?
All right, listen.
A couple of jokes. I know this is a morning show. You can't bring up all those crimes.
You know what? Technically...
Well, they just sort of kept moving them around. Like those killer whales at SeaWorld. After it kills a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
All right, I'm not totally following, but I don't think I want to.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a morning show. I understand. I was in such a great mood. Look how yellow this couch is. It's like the sun.
This is the same mistake Texan host Paige Smith made. She didn't research Bill correctly and thought she's getting a morning dose of safe humor. Yeah, who's gonna tell her?
Right. I was reading a little bit about you, and it says that you have a tendency to kind of go with your first thought.
Yeah.
Because reading makes you sleepy.
That's right. And my first thought is this is the best week to be here, the week before the Super Bowl.
That is so true.
Before all the whores fly in,
Yeah. But
just want to get out.
Wow.
Just want to get out of here before that. What is true? This is like the Oscars for prostitutes.
Okay, all right.
This entire week.
Let's remember we're G-rated here, folks. All right, so we're going to go back to a safer subject.
That is for redheads. That is a racist symbol right there.
All right, this guy. Can you see him?
Yeah, that's the. That's one of the founding fathers who said that all men are created equal as long as they're white.
If that didn't answer Paige's question about spontaneous humor, I don't know what will. The moral of the story? If you're going to be a Karen, stay away from the bald, angry man with a microphone. The odds will never be in your favor. However, I do want to ask you, do you agree with all the points Bill made today? Or sometimes he goes too far, acting too righteous as well? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and peace out, people.